Welcome back to My Life on a GLP-1, where we discuss topics about living everyday life while taking these amazing weight loss medications. I'm your host, Scott Johnson. As always, my fabulous co-host, Sarah, is at my side.
I love celebrating another week on this journey with you and our listeners.
Today, we're diving into a topic that honestly, nobody really prepares you for. It's that strange, bewildering moment when you've done it. You've hit your goal weight. The battle is won. But instead of a victory parade, it just feels quiet. We're talking about the massive mindset shift when you no longer are always thinking about weight loss. The question is, what am I supposed to think about now?
It's such a weird feeling. You spend months, maybe even years, completely focused on one objective, and then it's just over. The silence can be deafening.
Exactly. I have to share this story. For years, I had this pair of gold jeans tucked away in the back of my closet. They were my holy grail. I imagined this triumphant moment where I'd put them on, they'd fit perfectly, and angels would sing.
Oh, we all have that one item of clothing, don't we?
Totally. So that was almost 2 years ago. But after that day when I hit my number, I had this moment and I remembered the jeans. I pulled them out and they fit. They zipped up easily. I stood in front of the mirror, waiting for that rush of pure joy, that feeling of I've arrived, but it never came.
Like you felt nothing? I would be dancing like no one was watching me.
That's the funny thing. Instead, I just felt hollow, almost nothing. Just this quiet thought of, oh, okay, now what? It was so anticlimactic.
The key is that thought of, well, now what? Isn't it? Because for the entire journey, you had a mission. It's like you're playing a game, and the score is the number on the scale. Every week, you check your score. Is it down? Great. You're winning. Is it up? Okay, adjust the strategy.
Right. It's a scoreboard. It gives you direction, feedback, a clear sense of progress. But the moment you hit your goal weight, someone just takes the scoreboard away.
And suddenly you're just standing on the field with no idea how to play anymore. That clarity is gone, and it can feel like vertigo. You're unmoored, and there's no clear win for the day.
I think that's where people get maintenance wrong. We think of it as this passive victory lap. I'm done trying, now I just exist. But that's not it at all. Maintenance isn't the absence of effort. It's a completely new and active skill.
I'm glad you said that. A new skill. The rulebook changes entirely. The skills that got you to the goal line, like a strict calorie deficit, are not the same skills you need to stay there. It's a transition from a sprint to a lifelong marathon that doesn't have a finish line.
Learning a new rule book. That's a great way to put it. And it's not just a physical thing, is it? There's this unspoken emotional side to it. That hollow feeling I had with the jeans wasn't just about the goal itself.
Right, there can be a real emotional flatness. For some people, especially with GLP-1s reducing food noise, the joy and excitement around food can diminish. Cooking, going out to eat, it all becomes a little less vibrant. It's just fuel.
And there's this identity lag too. You look in the mirror and logically, you know that's you, but your brain hasn't caught up yet. You still feel like the before person. You still reach for the larger size clothing off the rack out of habit.
Oh, the identity lag is so real. It's like your internal self-perception is trailing about 6 months behind your physical body. Your friends and family see the change, but you're still mentally operating as your old self.
Which, of course, leads to the biggest monster in the room for anyone in maintenance, the absolute paralyzing fear of regaining the weight.
It's immense. Every tiny fluctuation on the scale feels like the beginning of the end. You have one off meal and you're convinced you've undone all your progress.
It's a trap, and it's so counterproductive. That fear can push you to do things that aren't sustainable, like continuing to undereat or obsessing over every calorie, which keeps you stuck in that weight loss mindset instead of shifting to a living mindset.
And that's the final piece of the puzzle, isn't it? It all comes down to identity. For so long, your identity has been the person who is losing weight. It was your project, your hobby, your focus.
Right. You have to consciously and deliberately let go of that identity and build a new one. The central question has to change. It can no longer be, how do I keep the weight off?
So, what does it become?
It has to become, who do I want to be now? Now that all this energy and brain space is freed up from thinking about weight loss, what do I want to do with it? What kind of life do I want to build in this body I've worked so hard for?
That's the real work of maintenance. It's not about restriction, it's about expansion. Expanding your life, your hobbies, your sense of self, so that your weight is just one small data point about you, not your entire story.
Perfectly said, Sarah. So, for anyone out there who has reached their goal and is feeling a little lost, know that it's completely normal. The game has changed, but the new one is about living fully, not just losing. It's a challenge, but it's where the real reward is.
The real reward. So true. And I think that is why you really nailed it with your second book, Scott. This book, entitled Still on a GLP-1, doesn't just focus on the side effects, but you really speak to everything that goes on in your body and mind after you hit your goal weight. It's not just a maintenance story, it's about the real reward of living your best life.
Thanks for saying that. It's a time to celebrate. I was one of the early adopters to this journey. I know a lot of people have not hit their goal weight, but I felt I needed to continue to tell the story about the what next part of the story. It's because I felt it, and it took me a long time to navigate it. So whether you are in the power losing stage, approaching your goal, or somewhere in that what next stage, I hope you get a copy and at the very least say, hey, I feel seen.
I love that. And to all of our listeners, I have one message for you all. We see you, we hear you, and we want to hear more from you. Send Scott an email at scott@mylifeonglp1.com and tell us what topics you want to hear about in future episodes. And don't forget to take time to give our podcast a 5-star rating on Apple or wherever you stream. Tell us, Scott, what final thoughts do you want to share today as we bring things to a close?
Thanks, Sarah. The biggest mindset shift, the one that actually matters long term, is figuring out who you are when weight loss is no longer your whole personality. For a long stretch of this journey, the story you tell about yourself is the transformation story. That story has a beginning, a middle, and a dramatic reveal. Maintenance does not offer that same structure. After 3 years, I'm still figuring mine out, honestly. It's somewhere between grateful and mildly annoyed that nobody warned me. The hardest chapter of this whole thing would start after the part everyone congratulates you for. So, on behalf of Sarah, I'm Scott Johnson. The question to ask yourself is not always, how do I keep losing? The real question to prepare yourself for is, who do I want to be? And let me tell you this one thing, it's an amazing discovery. Stay strong and always remember to love your journey. See you next week.